Hey guys, so today we are making some ham and potato soup. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started. So I know this is not technically a vlog, but it's a dish that you can make for the holiday season or just for the winter fall season. And so I am dicing up one yellow onion, and then I am also dicing up um, two ribs of celery, and then 3 carrots. And so I know the start of the show is supposed to be the ham and the potatoes, so you certainly can cut back on the amount of celery and carrots that you put in there. Maybe just put in one rib of celery and then 1 carrot. It's totally up to you, but I thought that it added great flavor. And so you don't have to put those vegetables in if you don't want to. And so the plan was to try to put out more cooking dishes, but y'all, honestly, I haven't been cooking a whole lot. It's been a pretty busy time, as you can imagine. And so next I am just thinly slicing up some green onions, or you can use some chives in this dish if you want. And so that's just going to be the garnish. And then this is uh, all of the vegetables that we chopped up. And so I am using some smoked ham for this recipe. And so I've been trying to make this for a couple weeks now, since after Thanksgiving, because I was gonna use some of the leftover ham that I made for Thanksgiving, but time got away from me, and then I had to throw the ham away, and here we are. And so I am just dicing up this ham, and they do sell ham at the store that is already diced. I don't know why I didn't buy that, but I guess I kind of wanted the option to have the slices to use the leftovers for something else. And so I'm just gonna go with that rationale as to why I didn't buy the diced ham. And so I am putting in, I would say this is about 2 cups of ham, but it was about 7 or 8 slices, like the half slices. So, and then I am just using some baby potatoes because I am just using whatever is in my refrigerator. And so I just peeled the skin off because I did not want the skin in my soup, but if you want to keep the skin on, I suppose you could. And so now I am just sauteing my ham until it gets nice and brown, and then I'm going to remove it from the pan and put in my vegetables and cook those until they're nice and tender. So what y'all cooking for the holidays? I know for Christmas I usually do like lasagna, but I'm not sure what the plan is this year. But anyway, you can leave me a comment below and let me know what y'all cooking for the holidays. And so I'm just seasoning my vegetables with some salt and some pepper. And shout out to my mama for buying these electric salt and pepper shaker thingies, grinders. Okay, because that made my life a lot easier. I just press a button and I didn't have to do all that turning. And so I will link that in the description box below. And so I just added the ham back to the vegetables, and then I put in about 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. And then I have some chicken broth here. This is 4 cups of chicken broth, and you want to add it in slowly and stir so that you can help prevent the lumps. Adding it slowly helps to prevent the lumps. And so I'm just going to add the rest of that in there, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of water. So it's 4 cups of chicken broth, 2 cups of water. And so we are doing this because this is going to help to thicken our soup. This is what we call a roux. So I put the flour and already had the oil, and then I'm adding in the broth and water just to thicken up our soup. And you're gonna let that simmer and come to a boil, and that's gonna help it to thicken up over time. And so I am seasoning it with some more pepper and some garlic powder, and I am going to add in a little bit of chicken bouillon just for some additional flavor, because I feel like the bouillon has a lot more depth of flavor than the chicken broth that I use. I use like the one in the carton. And so I'm just adding in about maybe a tablespoon of the chicken bouillon. And so what I didn't show y'all is, and I did it later on as I made the soup, but there's going to be like a layer of fat on your soup, and you want to make sure that you just skim that fat, because you don't want all that in your soup, okay? We don't want to see all that laying on top of our soup. So make sure you skim the fat off of your soup, guys. And so I am just going to add in 2 bay leaves, and I'm going to let this simmer until the vegetables continue to get tender. Next, we're going to add in our potatoes, and you could dice your your potatoes smaller than I did, but I like to dice mine bigger just in case some of them get a little too soft or start to mush a little bit. It gives me a lot more flexibility when I'm cooking, but you can certainly dice it up a little bit smaller, and you're just going to let this boil until the potatoes are nice and fork tender. And so I did take a couple of them out just to mash them up, and this is going to also help to thicken up your soup. And so just stir that in there and then let it continue to simmer for a little bit, but you don't want your potatoes to be too mushy. And so this is pretty simple, guys. I'm just going to remove the bay leaves, and then I'm going to add in about 1/2 cup of half and half, or you can use some heavy cream, and then that's it. You're going to stir that up and serve it with some crackers or some crusty bread or whatever you like, guys. But this was super delicious, a nice comfort meal for the fall or the winter, or if you wanted to serve this as an appetizer for your holiday meal, you could do that. And so this is the fat that I skimmed off of the soup, and you don't want that in your soup, guys. And so yeah, so I'm just garnishing it with some cheddar cheese and some green onions. You could add some sour cream, or you could garnish it with some bacon, whatever you want, guys. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.